hope you're well. I really hope you've been looking after yourself and that you've had a good week. Well, today we are leaving Hopwas, and I must say Hopwas has been one of my favourite moorings since I was on the bottom of the Ashby, I think, really. It's peaceful, it's quiet, it's got a couple of beautiful pubs. I've heard my first chiff-chaff here, and I met a couple of beautiful pigs. So what's not to love about Hopwas? But we are leaving and you're going to come with me, so I'll meet you on the stern deck. It's gorgeous now, the mist has lifted. So off we go. So in today's vlog, as well as sharing my journey with you, I'm going to also talk to you about some of the things we need to do to our narrowboat Alice Grace. It's all happening here. We've got a boat coming, we've got a man up a tree, and we have got tree debris to the side. Frills and spills all happening along the canal today. There's a little tender underneath all that. So Alice Grace's first problem is she has a steamy window, and some sort of moisture has come in through a broken seal somewhere, and we really need to solve that. This is like a mini Alice Grace in terms of its paintwork and colour. And the little primary school here on the right hand side has its own little bridge. Look at that. Anne Mead, a local who went to school here in the 50s, says she remembers Father Christmas coming down the canal in his narrowboat and giving the children presents, and also how her science lessons took place in Hopwas Woods. The 1,514 miles that we have travelled with Alice Grace since we bought her has really taken its toll on her paintwork. There is something on Alice Grace that just has to be removed. Yep, it's the monkey transfer. It's got to go. If you've got any ideas what should go there instead, then I'd love to hear them, so please let me know in the comments. Now we are in Tamhorn, which has an estate once owned by Sir Robert Peel, who was twice Prime Minister. He was the founder of the Conservative Party and the Metropolitan Police, which is where they get their name Bobbies or Peelers. Say hello to the crew on Narrowboat Jasmine, who I've just passed, and thank you for what you said about my vlog. That really means a lot. So the next day I was off to Whittington on a bit of a mission because I've been reading about a lady called Nurse Darby who had arrived in the village when she was 18, and she had been predominantly a midwife to start with. She had ended up delivering over 1,000 babies in the village. She'd been awarded an MBE, and there was a road in the village named after her. So I went into the local co-op to ask if anyone had known her and where the road was. So I've just been into the local co-op and they have told me that Derby Avenue is around here somewhere. And Nurse Darby has delivered so many of the ladies here, the elderly ladies, their children, and it's just so lovely. They're all sharing these wonderful memories of her, saying what an amazing person she was, and I've just found out she had her own maid too, so she must have been special. And it wasn't long until we'd found the road, and I stood for a while and thought about how special this lady must have been to the villagers. And whilst I did that, Zephyr had a scratch. After Zephyr's had a scratch. You ready? You ready? They remembered their nurse, they remembered and smiled, repeating the verse, "She delivered my child." Then they all exchanged words of the care they'd received, and I stood without words, but their words I believed. For like butterfly wings, our nurses they lift us, like blossom in spring, new life nurses gift us. Like the roots of our flowers, they help us stand strong, their shoulders like bowers, alive with bird song. They remembered their nurse, for this nurse was their own, and I smiled and remembered the nurses I'd known.